Welcome back. Owen Schroyer and Margaret Howell join me now, and we're going to give a little weekly wrap-up of just what's gone down after President-elect Donald Trump was officially given the title of the 45th President of the United States. People have absolutely gone mad across the country. We're seeing protesters who are rightfully afraid, are they or their friends, family going to get deported? But then we also have other protesters who once again are being shipped in, bussed in by MoveOn.org and all of these other organizations that are trying to create civil unrest in this country. And really interestingly, we've got some B-roll going right now where you can actually see that not only are they fighting against the system, they've turned on each other. And this seems to be something we see a lot that happens in the left. They begin to turn on their own when they lose. Perfect example, they're now blaming Facebook they're saying Facebook is partly to blame for the rise of Donald Trump, blaming Facebook, who we have exposed as doing everything they possibly could to help Hillary Clinton get elected. They even mess with their algorithm to rig their news feed, to rig the coverage. Well, now they're blaming Facebook, saying that they didn't do enough to stop the quote unquote fake news stories about the political topics. These stories helped tip the scale in Donald Trump's favor. I mean, we did report after report telling people, stop sharing these fake stories. It makes you look like a fool. It makes you look like an idiot. But they're now making the case once again for Obama's truthiness filter.
Wait, did you say that people who break the law are afraid of being punished? Wow, what a revolutionary thought. But I kind of think there actually is a little truth to that, where it's not Facebook, but it's the people on Facebook, it's the Trump supporters on Facebook that dominated the narrative. Because guess what? We provided facts, we provided information, and we won the day.
And they're pissed that they didn't curtail that more than they did, even though Twitter went out of their way to shadow ban people, block people, take people off Twitter altogether.
So did Facebook, yeah.
Well, the Clinton campaign, they're blaming the media as biased against Clinton. If you can believe this, it's like, okay, first of all, that doesn't exist, people. There was an article that came out, it was on the Daily Caller, where they're basically with their head in their hands. There's a picture circulating of Huma Abedin literally crying on the streets of New York. It should go global. She's beside herself. All of them are. Jennifer Palmieri, who was a spokesperson for the campaign, she didn't mince words. She said 36 hours after the most devastating loss in history of American politics, or the most crazy victory we've ever seen, ever.
Right.
Devastating loss.
That was when
Hillary Clinton.
We're looking at our whiteboard right now with lots of ideas. So they're all in a little room with a whiteboard trying to come up with how this happened.
They come up with all these ideas, and then they use their tears to wipe the board.
It's a media conspiracy.
Don't forget Miley Cyrus. She was crying too, although I think that was totally fake.
I mean, isn't that incredible, though, that they had every single thing at their disposal, all the media, all the new tech giants. All the celebrities, everything, and they still lost. They still could not win.
Because you know what they didn't have?
A good candidate?
The
okay,
truth.
but that's it right there. They didn't have the truth. They didn't have the actual knowledge. There was no foundation here. And that's why the Trump movement has been so powerful, because beyond what you say or think about Trump or what he's done in the past, when you look at the policies and when you look at the things he said, it's based in truth. It's based on putting America first, and that's what people want. And that's why the trends, if you look at the trends, I mean, don't look at the New York Times trends. They flip-flop at one night all of a sudden. But if you look at the trends, Donald Trump's support slowly and slowly went up. You witnessed it here just within our own organization. At the beginning of the election cycle, a lot of people didn't like Trump, and then slowly but surely more people started to come on board. So I think that can be illustrated there. But I also think that the reason why we're seeing this freak out from the Trump protesters or the Hillary Clinton camp is because it's a psychological thing where they've now been backed into a corner. They know that their time is almost finished. They know that we've backed them into the corner, and the next move is to put them down, put the rabid animal down. And so they're freaking out. They're trying to do anything they can to try to survive, basically, their liberal stronghold on the narrative.
But they don't want to lose as far as they have pushed the country in the wrong direction. And I think that's really just to underscore what you're talking about with them not having the truth. It's so interesting because that blew up in their face. I mean, they were putting aggressive agitprop protesters at Trump rallies and then getting the press to blame it on Trump, his supporters, totally lying, making up that scandal. Now we're seeing these protesters making up stories saying, oh, I've been attacked by Trump supporters. Here we have this Muslim woman in Louisiana who says she was physically attacked and robbed of her wallet, and they ripped her hijab off. And now she admits She totally made this story up. So they're just making up stories now.
They have nothing else. John Podesta himself, #1 humanitarian award winner of the year. He says the media always covered her as a person who would be president and therefore tried to eviscerate her before the election, but covered Trump, who was someone who was entertaining and sort of gave him a pass. Trump never got a pass.
They were calling him Hitler, and that's why we're seeing what's going on in the country.
What
racist, sexist, misogynist, homophobic, xenophobic. Literally, Huffington Post has that at the bottom of every single article.
So, but Hillary Clinton is obviously a known liar. So what do we see from her constituents? Making up stories, total lies, the media. Donald Trump supporters are violent. Don't go to a Trump rally, you might get beat up. Oh, okay. Walk around the streets in a Trump hat, you might get jumped. I mean, it's the exact opposite.
Your car will be stolen while your hand's in the window and you've had the crap kicked out of you. We covered this yesterday. I know you covered it. Meanwhile, we have these ridiculous celebrities. I love the fact that Lena Dunham doesn't have the appeal and influence that she thinks that she has. So now she has to backpedal. We see this. They said they were all going to leave. We counted on them leaving. You covered this ad nauseum. You had the champagne out, breaking it, going, we cannot wait for these deadbeats to leave. Turns out they're not going anywhere.
Kidding.
Of course they're not going to leave.
It was just a joke, a terrible joke.
Lena Dunham, literally, I didn't mean I would actually leave. You know, just
it's just an expression.
But you just hit the nail on the head. Is they don't have the pull they thought they had. They really, these arrogant punks really thought they could control us. They really thought that anything they said was going to be taken as such veritas with so much gravity that they could just say whatever and then get away with it. And I'm sure that these people were probably told by whoever handles them, don't worry, we've got it rigged for Hillary, so you can say this and you won't look like a jackass.
Don't be afraid to get political.
Jackholes right there. You do.
Well, how incredible is that, though? I mean, I do believe we have reached critical mass now where we have so many people going against what their gods, the celebrities, have instructed them to do, that they don't have that star power anymore, which in the past, that was so powerful, so effective.
They're shamelessly crying on Twitter. It is a sight to see right here. They are shamelessly crying on Twitter with Miley Cyrus with her jewels on. She had this massive jewel. She's thanking Obama for his service. I'm like, wait a second. You're thanking Obama for literally fleecing our country dry to the point where we're all basically starving. What is wrong?
To the point where Miley Cyrus has to be the one telling us how to, figure our political views.
Somebody who of morality.
Twerks on stage, grinds up on a large penis sculpture. I'm sorry, this is just what they do. But hey, this is a beautiful thing. We've got them trapped in a corner. And right now, the Garden of Liberty is being watered with the liberal tears. So thank you. Right. We've got the Garden of Liberty. The plants are starting to grow. And all of these liberal tears are just helping us grow even faster.
That's right. Well, Trump has a huge task in front of him. 4,000 appointments open up for grabs. And the concern is that we don't want to see neocons and shadow government elites put in these positions. Ron Paul, Dr. Paul echoed this. He said some of these people, they have more influence than the government itself. We don't want to see them, continue on in a power structure where we don't see the change that he promised. That's a major concern. We know that Trump, he's a straight shooter. He doesn't mince words at all. But at the same time, you got 4,000 slots to fill. It's hard not to get a few bad eggs in those slots. That's the concern going forward.
And that's why, going forward, we have to make sure that we check Donald Trump as well and anything going on in his administration. I feel like right now, before he gets in office, we have a very powerful position to be able, we know he's listening to the population. We know that he wants to do the right. We know that he has pride and he does want to be a successful president. He's not going to want to be considered one of the worst presidents ever. Right. So we do have this opportunity to speak directly to Donald Trump and his administration and say, look, you ran on we the people. And so here's what we want. And I think that we can dialogue in a way that's kind of middle ground where we're not isolating and dividing people, which is what we've seen for the last
But that's the irony, is he really is the most middle ground candidate.
Exactly.
All of these liberals that want to sit here and say, warmonger, warmonger, warmonger. He voted against the Iraqi war, folks. Hillary voted for it. I mean, you guys know what's going on. These are the brainwashed
and that's why the Never Trumpers were like, I don't want him in because he's not conservative enough. Well, newsflash, nobody wants your super far conservative country. I mean, we just don't. Yes, we have conservative values, but a lot of the country has kind of come this way. I think we're moving to a beautiful forward direction. Thank you so much, guys. And thank you all for tuning into the show tonight. It's been a crazy, wild week. We all deserve to celebrate a little bit. We'll see you here Monday, 7 p.m. Central.
There is an information warfare happening right now. It's a fight for our minds. And Infowars.com is on the front lines. Download our free multimedia app at Infowars.com/app. It's free, it's on Droid, it's on Apple, you name it, Infowars.com/app. Take action.